All right, this video is kind of an introduction to Inventor. So I'm going to show you how to get started on a part file. So if I go to New here, there's kind of the generic templates here, but I want you to go to English or metric where you can see that there's an inch, a part file with inches, and a part file with millimeters. So we're going to go to English and use the standard part file with inches. All right, after that file loads, for the start, you're pretty much always going to start with a 2D sketch. There's a drop down here that has 2D and 3D. We would never use 3D, so don't even bother with the drop down. Just hit the top button, start 2D sketch, and you get these planes that come up. So notice there's an XY plane, there's an XZ plane, and there's a YZ plane. And these planes correspond with front to back, the right to left, and the top to bottom on the view cube. So the XY plane is the one that's coordinated with the front. So I always start on the XY plane. So general rule of thumb, the origin is the only point that is currently defined in our space. So as we start our sketch, our first click, whether we're making a line, circle, arc, rectangle, whatever we're drawing, the first click from the first sketch should always be on the origin because that's the only thing that's defined. So right now, I'm going to do just basically showing you how to sketch and extrude a rectangle to make a rectangular prism. So I'm going to click on rectangle here. And again, there's a yellow square dot, that's the origin, and the yellow circular dot, which is my cursor. I put my cursor over the origin, it turns green. And that's a general thing that happens when, not just with the origin, but picking up some point. So I'm going to start, first click on the origin, click, and I can drag up and to the left, up and to the right, up and to the left, down and to the left, down and to the right. I'm going to go up and left in that first quadrant. And notice there's some dimensions that pop up there. I'm going to go ahead and type in what dimension I want. All right. By the way, when I clicked, I did a click and I let go. I didn't click and hold. So I'm going to make this a 4, and then I'm going to hit tab to get to the other box by 2-inch box, and then I'm going to hit enter. Now notice these dimensions are showing up on here, and I could change these if I wanted to. So I can double click on that, and I can change this to 5. All right. You can also put dimensions in a different way, and I'll go over that at a different time. So after I've got this box here, notice all of my lines are purple. Green, they would be green if they weren't fully constrained. I have a thing down here that says fully constrained. That means that none of these can be moved because the dimensions define the entire shape. So I'm going to hit finish sketch. And I have my rectangle here. So now I'll notice the 3D tab. I was in the sketch tab. When I hit finish sketch, the 3D tab automatically comes up. And now this is adding a third dimension to my sketch. So I'm going to extrude. There's profile here, which is already selected because I only have one profile option. If I had other profile options, I would have to select the profiles. So I'm going to extrude this. There's a distance here, it says 1 inch. I will leave it like that, but I could change that distance to some other number. And then I hit OK, and I have a rectangular prism.